Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on for the channel, and make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps out the channel a lot. Appreciate all your support on the channel. We are getting so close to 200 subscribers, and that's amazing. We've grown almost 100 subscribers in a month, and that is amazing. The first 100 took a couple months, and it's been great talking with some of you in the comments. So please, if you want to chat, leave a suggestion, or leave a comment about the video, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. In today's episode, we are going to push for the next milestone, and we're also going to start our farm. So we're starting over here by the post facility because we built it last episode, and we are so close to 16,000, and I think we might be able to get it without even really doing anything. So why don't we look at what we did last episode. Over here we have the hockey rink, which I did not realize how expensive it was, and it was killing our budget. So I just turned it off for now, and we'll turn it back on later once we get the city going a bit more. So you know what, we're so close to it, so I think I'm just going to kind of push for that 16,000 population before we start our farm. So I'm just going to drag a road in right here, and I think pretty simply what we're going to do is we're going to have some high density right in here and some high density residential right here, and when that zones in, I think we'll be able to say we hit the next milestone. And then while we're at it, I'm looking at this area here. I think we're going to flip it from our previous area, and we're going to do offices on this side, and then we're going to have high density commercial on this side. Let's just stick with that, and we'll see what develops in that area. Okay, and we will continue that over here as well. Actually, you know what? Let's not have a road connection there, and we'll maybe do something a bit different over here. I'll leave it blank in case something pops up, but I don't think we have really any plazas or anything. I think this might be a good spot for one, to be honest. Maybe not. I don't know if it really fits there, but I think just to break up some things, let's get a plaza right in here. That might look nice, and let's look at zoning in this area then. So this is our bit of our transition zone between grids. So I think what we can do is we will just do something pretty simple. It's always good to do something like this when you do have a break in the grid, and it is to do something like that. So why don't we zone in some high density commercial or residential right in here, and we will have it transition into low density right here, and we'll put in some low density commercial right alongside it. And before it zones in, we'll get a path that sneaks in right from here. It's always tricky to get it started. I think if we cut right down the middle, it might be nice, but I think, sorry, building that's just being built. I think if we get something right there, it should zone in pretty nicely. Yeah, so we'll get that to go, and we will rezone this to residential, and we'll see how this turns out. So we're just going to use move it here, and we are going to deselect everything but trees, and we're just going to move these trees up here. There we go, we're 8 people away from hitting the milestone. Fantastic. Oh, we just lost a few people. I think it'd be better if I just put it on 3-speed, wouldn't it? And as this zones in, this little break in the area, and there we go. So we unlocked our new tile as well, which is great. We'll do something with that in perhaps next episode. But we got the crematorium, and we have a large water tower now. I think that's the two most important things we unlocked for our city right now. And I'm going to go add in some crematoriums in quickly before we start the farm. So right here, and let's go into our info view, And this is going to really help our death care issues in the downtown especially. And one trick that I really like using is putting crematoriums inside of cemeteries. They don't really look that out of place. And if you you can obviously use move it if you want to actually make it look a bit nicer, but honestly I think it looks fine the way it is. Yeah, you know what, it looks fine in there. And let's add in another crematorium and another. Look at this, we have a cemetery right here, but this has a church in it already. And what the heck happened here? Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this and we are going to swap it around. And by doing that, I'm just gonna delete it. It's a bit simpler to do it that way. And we'll get a cemetery in. There we go. Much nicer. We won't get a crematorium in here because we already have improved that cemetery, but we'll get one. Oh, we already have improved this one as well, but I think I'll still add in a cemetery as well over here, or a crematorium, and we'll also get a crematorium. Actually, no, I think that church doesn't need one, and not over here as well. We'll just place down one. How about in this industrial little area here? We'll add in a small little crematorium. Okay, so that should really help out the death care issues we have had in the city. And now let's look at getting our first farm. So let's look at our resources tool. And we did unlock a tile, so we could buy this one, which I will buy probably next, or perhaps we'll just continue down the river a bit more. But I'm eyeing this spot right here for our farm. It has the resource we're looking for, and I know the resource that we're looking for is also under the river, which is a little interesting. I think that's just a bit of a map glitch, but I think this would be a good spot for one. We also have some ability to get some over here, so I think I might just kind of extend this road out over here, and we'll start our farm up here. We also have an opportunity to bring in a road from over here as well. And I think that might be a good opportunity to kind of start looking at expanding over this way. So unfortunately, it's not going to be easy to bring in a road over this way. We could also just pretty simply bring in an elevated road. Why don't we try doing that first? This might cause an immense amount of traffic throughout this area, but you know, if it does, then we just need to fix it, right? So we'll go from here over. I think we're going to either need to lower the train tracks or raise this up a bit. So I think I'm going to start with this. And we'll raise this up. All right. And then right here, I want it the same height as this. Yeah, we're gonna need to definitely lower the train tracks, and I think this one's elevated. So that train is good, but it's the other train track we're gonna need to lower, and that's fine. So we'll grab the nodes of this rail, and we'll say, I want you at this height. Oops, let's just undo what we did. It's not gonna let us, okay, that's fine. Because I accidentally left the road attached to our move it selection. So let's just now grab the roads we're looking for, or the train tracks. Oh, did it again. So we're gonna grab those two nodes, perhaps this one, and say Control H, and then we'll just even lower it even farther. Interesting, it's not really working right now. Let's grab those. There we go. Much better, much better. And I'm going to now deselect everything except the trees, and we're going to move those trees out of the way because they are causing a bit of issues. All right, so now that we're across the railroad, we can now look at perhaps fixing this road a bit. So I only really wanted it to go to about here. Yeah, that's good. And now we will bring this across, and I guess down to ground level. Yeah. Okay, so back to move it here. We're going to... This is a move it episode, apparently. Move these trees. I think we'll move some of these ones as well. Alright, so the trees should not be trees here anyways. So there we go. So this is interesting. I think I kind of screwed it up a bit. So let's just redo this from there, and we'll put this at ground level. Yeah, that should work. I think if I just raise this one up a bit, it'll kind of make the whole thing look a bit nicer. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now that we have that in place, we can now look at where this road's going to go. All right, so we need to get the road up into here for our farm. So I think this would probably be a spot where we would curve up from here. Okay, so let's delete that segment and let's hop back in. So let's just go with our freeformed road, and we're going to curve up. All right, let's turn our resources tool back on because I don't want to go into the resource right now, but I do want to get this road up here as well. So why don't we just do that. And we will curve around this resource right alongside of the trees. We'll kind of leave it at there for now. Actually, let's continue a bit farther. I think if we can get it to here, that should be good. All right, and then over here, let's grab a road right here, and we will bring this over like so. And let's bring it up to there. Now I want to look at getting this road all the way over this way. So let's stop what we're doing over there, and now let's look at getting something in over here. So we could easily just build off of here, but I don't know if that's the smart move. I think maybe if we go up here, it's probably going to be a bit better. So this actually isn't even upgraded. So let's fix that. And we'll upgrade there. Perfect. And I think we'll just switch to the industrial road then. All right. And now let's go to our terrain tool. And we will try to go around the terrain, I guess. Actually, no, that's not going to work at all because that is quite the grade we're going to need to cut through. Let's just try to go from here. Oh man, this is going to be a bit difficult. All right, now let's do a bit of a switch back. And with the terrain the way it is, we're going to need to also hop over this road, aren't we? So I think we're going to have to come down over here. All right, let's just build it, and we'll see if there's anything we need to come back and switch afterwards. All right. Yeah, this should be good. All right, we're just going to upgrade that road we built, and we're just going to make this one an industrial road. And we'll make this one an industrial road as well. Okay, so we've got some rural roads, I guess. I guess this whole thing should have been industrial road. I don't know how I missed that. That's okay though. Quick fix. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have this in place, we can now look at perhaps, well, one, now traffic can actually get this way. So why don't we look at this road right here? And I think I want to elevate this a bit. Just so it doesn't look too strange with the tunnel right there. All right, this is too high, so let's lower it. Oops, I just messed up. There we go. So let's just undo that. Perfect. And we'll lower that a bit, and we'll raise this one a bit. Perfect. Okay, the switchback's pretty high, but I think we can fix that by kind of doing a quick little trick with this. So let's go to there, and we will go to this, slope objects. What? Okay, we're gonna have to do this manually. So we'll lower that. And the trick with the switchback is you want the curve to all be the same height, unfortunately. So I don't think this is actually gonna work too well. We might have to move some things around. So this is going to be quite the cut into the earth here. So why don't we select these three together, and we'll say we all want you at this height. Yeah, and then let's lower it even farther. Oh, come on. There we go. And then from here, I think we'll be able to get a smooth slope. There we go, that's pretty nice. Okay, so now that we have that in place, oops, wrong one. Let's just take our smoothing tool, and we will smooth out the terrain, because any developer or any city that was building a road like this would 100% smooth out the terrain at first. So we're going to take that into play. We're also going to raise this up a bit. Oh, no. I don't know if it did anything. That's okay. So we'll smooth out this. All right. No major issues over here. This area might cause some issues later on in the game, but we'll see what we even do with the terrain up here. All right, and then this needs to be smoothed out a bit. Okay, so let's start our farm then. Now, after we've done all those roads, we do have a lot of industrial demand as well, which is fantastic to see. So let's get our resources on, and we're going to need to find a good spot to get our farm started. And I think, looking at the resources and the terrain, I think right here would be a perfect spot. So let's get our industrial road, and we are going to take a road right off of this and into there. All right, so let's take our industrial area, and we're going to fill in this whole area as a farm. All right, and I'm going to try to keep farms distinct in this series. So we're going to have like a cattle farm, and then more of a crop farm as well. So let's see. So I want the main building. Do I want it on this side? Yeah, okay, we'll put it right here. Perfect. So, Lynch Farm. We're gonna definitely need a new name for that. But let's name that in a second. Let's get our crops in first. So this is what I was worried about. I was worried about if we do decide to have these crops in here, can I... Yeah, they're gonna have to be greenhouses, unfortunately, because of the map. That is unfortunate. Usually you can change up the crop type. But that's okay. We'll just have to live with it. We know what it is. Maybe they just put coverings over the over their farm fields for the winter. And we're gonna need a grain silo as well. So why don't we put that grain silo off another road, and we'll put that perhaps right here. Actually, no, let's put it right here. All right, and then we'll get our grain silo going. We're gonna get 2. And that is technically gonna start getting us crops, which is gonna be fantastic. Because we're gonna need that for a lot of our products that we're gonna be making in this series. So we're not gonna have every single factory, but some of them we're gonna need, or we're gonna have at least, sorry, are going to definitely need crops. So that is something we're gonna have to look out for. All right, so that's kind of gotten like our first little homestead kind of going, and I believe if we continue this theme all the way along here, it'll still be the same farm technically, but we're gonna make it look like it's a bit more homesteady, I guess, in a way. So let's change this up a bit. So I'm gonna try to keep a lot of these types of names to French Canadian hockey players. So I'm a big hockey fan, so I'm gonna name this guy, or this farm, after a Montreal Canadiens legend. Lafleur Farm, after Guy Lafleur. Oh, didn't go. Perfect. So yeah, I think this is going to work out pretty well. Clearly, we're not going to make enough out of this. We don't have enough workers. We only have 70 possible. We need 150. So I think if we look with these roads again, I think I'll just... let's go to the terrain height. Oh. Yeah, I want to get another road up here. Yeah, that's gonna work. And I'm gonna get another crop. I think we can get a couple more homesteads up here, so I'll show you what I mean. I keep saying that, but I'm sure people listening are like, what is he doing? This is not how you make a farm in this game. And yeah, it is not how you make a farm in this game, but it's how I want to make this kind of look, or I'm trying to get a certain look for the area. So I'm gonna get a house right here, and then let's say a house right here. I'm hoping people are going to move in up here. I know it's going to be a bit difficult because there's very little land value up this way, but that's fine. And now let's get our crops. So what am I doing? Okay, let's get this. I'm going to put this right beside this house. Do that. And then we'll take our crop. Small fruits. I don't think it really matters, but I think it'll look a bit different, so we'll do that. And then I want to extend this road out a bit farther. Okay, and we will get this one right here. And so the idea is that this is a property, this is a property, and then this is a property as well. So they're like small individual farms, right? And I think it should work out. But we're just going to need to wait for the residential demand to kind of crawl up. And then we also have this area up here, so I think what we might do... Well, actually, no. I think I'm going to save the cattle farms for something else. Yeah, but this is looking pretty good. I think I might just need to do a bit of terrain work over here to smooth this out a bit. Because I don't really like that look. Oops. Come on. There we go. And I think we'll need to raise this up then. And water as well. So again, this is not the most efficient farm, but it's going to look pretty cool when it's all said and done. Once we get all the things we need for this area, I think it'll look great. So I think I'm just gonna actually delete this road that we built because we don't really need it at the moment, at least. And it's just really unfortunate that we this is more like an industrial thing and it's not the crop fields. I'm not sure of a way around that. I think it's just the way this map works. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but this is going to be the larger of the farms, and then this is going to kind of be a bit smaller, so that's fine. And then I think maybe we can even get a couple more in down this way in the future. So we'll see how that works out. And we also have opportunities to build more farms out over here. So let's see how we're doing. We still need to get more, but we'll save that for the next episode. So I hope you have a great day, everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.